Now, when it comes to implementing meaningful change in an organization, the leader's mindset, our mindsets and attitudes are critical components for success. Change can be challenging, both on a personal level for individual members of the team, but also for the overall organization as a whole. This is why, when leading change initiatives, it is essential that leaders take a leader-first approach. Yep, you heard me right. This is probably the only time you'll hear me say to take a leader-first approach when leading change. A leader-first approach reminds us of how important it is for the leader to understand, keep an open mind, and buy into the proposed changes themselves before attempting to lead their team through change. If a leader fails to get behind the changes they are advocating and push their team forward through a change initiative simply because they are expected to do so, this will quickly backfire and create an atmosphere of distrust and disconnect within the team. Due to the leader-first approach I just mentioned, let's first explore shifting mindsets through an individual approach. We'll first do a self-reflection exercise and explore what a closed mindset looks and feels like. The more we familiarize ourselves with what closed-mindedness is, the more aware we become as to how open-minded we each are. Closed-minded people portray rigidity, which shows up as an unwillingness to consider alternatives or new ideas. If something has always been done one way, there's no room for change or growth, right? No, wrong, very wrong. Another sign that someone has a closed mindset is a lack of self-awareness or inability or unwillingness to recognize their own biases and prejudices. This lack of self-awareness could be impacting their view on reality. Fear of failure can also indicate that someone has a closed mindset. They may be hesitant to take risks or try something new because they don't want to make mistakes or face criticism from others if things don't go as planned. Closed-minded people rarely ask questions. People with open mindsets are more curious and willing to ask questions in order to gain deeper insights into a topic or situation. They don't collaborate well. Having an open mind means being able to collaborate well with others, even if they don't share your same point of view or beliefs about certain topics or issues. And closed-minded people rarely seek feedback. Open-minded people seek feedback from others in order to improve their skill set and knowledge base. Now, if during that quick self-review exercise, you identified yourself as someone who needs to continue work on becoming more open-minded, let's review some intentional practices a people leader can put into play to keep their own mindset agile and fluid, as cultivating change-ready cultures requires open-minded leadership. Here are 6 techniques for you to expand and explore. These concepts help us as leaders work on shifting our own individual mindsets. Remember, mindsets are fluid. Thank goodness, right? And we have the power to change our mindset at any given time. First is to learn to identify the current state your mind is in. If you're feeling a bit off by any situation, take time to reflect on the current beliefs you have about the situation and learn to decide if that particular mindset is serving you or not. There are times I am very open-minded, and other times I find myself very closed-minded and stubborn. Next is to pause and seek to understand the why you have that particular mindset. Uncovering the underlying reason for our mindset gives us clarity to why we may be feeling a certain way about a particular situation or change taking place. Then challenge your limiting beliefs. This reminds us to examine any thought or belief that we may have that could be hindering us from making progress in changing our mindset. These could range from true or false assumptions attached to a particular topic or beliefs embedded in us based on opinions of others. Then seek new perspectives and information sources. Look for different sources of information that may provide additional facts or new perspectives on the subject at hand. This broadens our understanding and challenges any pre-existing notions on the matter that could hold us back from forming an open-minded opinion on the topic at hand. Then replace old beliefs with new empowering ones. Once you've taken in all available information, evaluate each piece objectively and form new, empowering beliefs based off this new knowledge that can help motivate yourself to progress through whatever changes are taking place around you. Then take action based on these new beliefs. Actions that align with what it is that we want to accomplish in order to shift our mindset accordingly. We must be patient with ourselves and give ourselves grace in this process as we will make mistakes, and that is okay. Mindset work is an ongoing and ever-evolving process. It's essential to keep in mind that no matter how much effort or preparation goes into shifting one's own mindset, mistakes are bound to happen along the way. We need to use our mistakes as learning opportunities to further grow and develop personally. Now remember, for people leaders listening, these steps can certainly guide us or remind us of getting our own mindset aligned with the change prior to sharing the change with your team. But don't forget to share and use these learnings with people you lead. These slides are attached to the Pluralsight learning session. If you lead a person or a group of people who you see struggle with closed-mindedness, during your next one-on-one, share these 6 steps and challenge them to pick a particular belief or thought that hinders them from being more agile to change, and encourage them to work through these steps. And then don't forget to follow up with them during your next one-on-one as people leaders, right? Developing, coaching, and guiding the teams that work for us has got to be our top priority. And lastly, don't forget that shifting one's mindset takes time and effort. So take pride in acknowledging every single step forward, no matter how small it may seem. Too often, we doubt our ability or the abilities of those we lead to truly shift their mindset. A common narrative of, "This is just who I am," or "This is how I'm wired. Not much I can do about it," plays in our minds. If you too see this narrative playing in your head, I encourage you to challenge it, fight against it. Early on in my career, I promoted one of my top performers, Sarah, to a leadership role. But I soon noticed her resisting new ideas and rejecting feedback from her team. Clear signs of a closed mind. I challenged her belief that abilities are set at birth, and I shared my own journey of growth and continually encouraged her to shift her mindset. Over time, Sarah began to change. I saw her embrace a growth mindset. She started encouraging her team to take risks and experiment with new ideas. She initiated 360 feedback surveys and started to take to heart ideas and recommendations I and her team shared with her. As a result, her team's performance improved and her leadership skills flourished. As Sarah continued on in her career, she received multiple promotions that put her in a position where she was able to find great success, both for herself and her company. She and I talk often and reflect back on where she is today from where she started her leadership journey. She truly credits her accomplishments to the intentional work we did together to open her mind and break down internal barriers that were holding her back.